yo. Fuck up with them, that's I'm tryna hide it, yo. Down that shit, I pop it, it's exciting, yo.
What if Bardock was able to escape the explosion of planet Vegeta and was able to escape to Vampa? Would it change the events into Dragon Ball Z, and Super? We begin this tale when Bardock is on his way to confront Frieza. Gane stops Bardock and goes, "Stop, Bardock, you don't stand a chance. And you know it, so why not leave and fight another day," Gane pleads. Bardock at first doesn't agree, but winds up agreeing with Gane. Gane and Bardock rush back down and try to grab a space pod, but are being chased by Frieza soldiers. They can grab a space pod, but as they do, Frieza comes out of his spaceship ready to end the Saiyan race. As this happens, it becomes clear to the both of them that only one of them might be able to make it out alive, Bardock tells Gane. To get in the space pod and get out now while she has a chance, and he'll defend the spaceship so she can make it out. But Gane refuses and tells Bardock to go. Bardock is puzzled and doesn't agree. "Bardock, you must go. Go and avenge the Saiyan race. You must go." Gane then shoves Bardock into the space pod and activates it before Bardock can do anything to stop her. As Bardock is shot off, Gane stays and protects the space pod, but as mere seconds before Frieza's supernova hit planet Vegeta, Bardock was able to escape, and unknown to Frieza that one more Saiyan survived. Also, I know this is very unlikely to happen because of Bardock's power level and him not being able to hide his ki. Frieza is unaware of this as he is busy watching the destruction happen, as so are his soldiers. As Bardock is sent off to space, he thinks he is en route to Earth, but it's set to go to a different planet. Bardock in the meantime keeps on playing over the last events in his head. "Gane, I swear I will avenge you, you and the entire Saiyan race," Bardock screams. Bardock is soon approaching Vampa. "Oh, that's weird. This place looks like a dump, and even if Kakarot was sent here, there was no way he could have did this much damage already." Bardock questions to himself. As Bardock ascends down, Paragus is aware of this and quickly makes his way to it. As Bardock steps out of his space pod, he is confronted by a man screaming. As soon as Paragus arrives, he is shocked and somewhat frightened. It was a Saiyan, but Bardock on the other hand was confused. How did a Saiyan manage to make his way out here? But then he recalls that he must have been the Saiyan that got exiled all those years ago. Paragus nods to this. "Well, you don't have to worry about King Vegeta anymore. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans. I was the only one who was able to escape that planet before it was destroyed," Bardock explains. Paragus was shocked to hear this, but felt relieved that King Vegeta finally got what he deserved. Paragus would soon introduce Broly to Bardock. "Wow, kid, you've got some amazing power," Bardock replies. "You know what, if we taught Broly how to control his power and trained him to learn how to fight, we could then probably have a shot at beating Frieza," Bardock questions to himself. "Are you crazy? No one can defeat Frieza," Paragus exclaims. "Well, I won't stop no matter what. Are you with me or not?" Bardock asks. Paragus winds up agreeing, knowing that this may be his only shot out of here. But they are brought on with the situation. All three of them couldn't escape out of here with just a single space pod. Bardock winds up suggesting that they lay low and stay for a while until they think they are safe to leave. Bardock and Paragus stay for 4 years. Throughout those 4 years, Bardock trains with Broly, trying to teach Broly how to fight and control his power. Bardock would then want to head out and find a new planet. Paragus doesn't want Bardock to go, though, as he is scared he will leave them behind and not come back for them. But Bardock assures him that he will come back, as Broly is their only hope to beat Frieza, and nothing will stand in his way to make sure that happens. Paragus does wind up agreeing after some persuasion. "You just better make sure your ass comes back, because I want out of here now," Paragus demands. Bardock nods and tells his new pupil to continue his training until he gets back. Bardock would then head to the closest planet he could think of, the planet of the Metamarines. Bardock would eventually make his way there. The Metamarines would be alerted to see a Saiyan's pod is arriving. They would grab their best warriors and head to this crater. Bardock was met by a bunch of warriors, but before they did anything, "Look, I don't want no trouble. All I want is some help." One of the Metamarines would interrupt him. "You're saying all you do is cause trouble. I'm not like that anymore. I want change. I want Frieza to pay for all that he has done." The Metamarines couldn't help but believe the heartache and pain in his words. "Maybe we still don't trust you, but maybe with some time, we can." Bardock's face lit with some of the best news he had heard in forever. Bardock would stay at Metamor for a month, knowing he can't stay longer, that he has people waiting on him. But throughout this time, Bardock is taught the fusion dance, hoping it will aid him in his battle against Frieza. Soon Bardock would make his way back to Vampa with a new spaceship thanks to the Metamarines. Paragus grew impatient as each day went and there was no sign of Bardock. "If that bastard left us stranded, I swear to you, I will make him pay," Paragus screamed. "He wouldn't do that," Broly mumbled. Bardock would soon make his way down to Vampa. Paragus and Broly couldn't be more thrilled when they seen his rival. "Finally, we're leaving this dump," Paragus screams. But Broly was just happy to see his master make it back. They would all soon leave and start making their way towards Earth. Everything was going great until Bardock thought he seen a Frieza Force ship in a hurry. Bardock would turn the ship and start making his way to the closest planet he could see. "What the hell are you doing?" Paragus yells. "I'm saving us, you idiot," Bardock said. With Bardock in such a hurry and arguing with Paragus, he doesn't pay attention and crashes them along the way of landing and seriously damages the ship. Paragus was furious. "Look at what you have done now. You stranded us once again." But the quarrel between the two would be stopped by a bunch of weird beings. They would soon figure out that they are on Yarjet, but before they even had a chance to say anything, they were brought to Paibara. Paibara would introduce himself and ask why they have came here. Bardock has explained it to Paibara. "Well, I see, and I will teach you some techniques that will aid you in your battle with Frieza while your ship is fixed, even though you probably won't need it when you're done here." Paibara chuckles. While their spaceship was getting fixed, Bardock and Broly would train with the Yarjets and learn some of their techniques, while on the other hand, Paragus didn't want no part in this and just wanted to get off this planet. Although the ship would be fixed, the two Saiyans didn't want to leave quite yet, as that they had so much more they could learn from them. They had already learned how to sense and hide their ki. Bardock would soon was learning the instant transmission, while the Yarjets were helping Broly with meditating, as it would help him control his anger and power. It had almost been a whole year from when they first got there, and Paragus was fed up with this and these people and just wanted to leave where they can get some real training in. None of this was going to help him with Frieza, not even with Prince Vegeta either. Paragus approached Bardock. "The deal is off. I'm taking my son and I'm leaving." "What was I to think that you would be any use to us?" Paragus screams. But Broly would come forth and say, "But I don't want to leave, father. I just won't." Paragus felt utterly betrayed and would realize he would have no choice and use the shock collar on his son to make him obey once again. Bardock was enraged by this and would hurry and send Paragus flying with a punch to the face. Paragus would be shocked by this and drop the remote as he was hit. Bardock would then destroy the remote and then go after Paragus. As Paragus would regain his balance, he was met by Bardock. Bardock would then grab Paragus and instant transmission over to Vampa. "You will never change. You will always remain this way, no matter what." Bardock would then leave Paragus trapped once again at Vampa. "I will kill you for this, Bardock. I swear," Paragus screams. Bardock would arrive back on Yarjet and tell the young Saiyan, "I'm sorry, but I had no choice." But Broly just stood there with a blank face. But deep down, Broly knew his father had no hope in changing. If he were to remain with him, he would only be a monster just like his father. Bardock and Broly's training would continue. Bardock would soon have control over instant transmission and force spirit fission, while Broly only had instant transmission but had great control over his anger and was able to somewhat control his wrathful form. The only problem Broly had would be that he couldn't stay in the form for long. Bardock would also be able to recognize that Broly's tapping into the power of an Azaro, but in his base form. He would soon wonder if he could do the same. The two thanked the Yarjets for all their help and tell them if they were in ever any trouble, they could always count on them. Bardock and Broly would soon make their way to Earth. Well, this is where we're going to leave things at for now. I had a lot of fun making this What If, so if y'all want a part 2, hit that like button, and until the next one.